So I guess I'll start with uh, the joy, the glow in my life. That
Mm.
is the new documentary Fire on Netflix.
Th-
That is about the
are
Fire
you sure it's
Festival.
not the Hulu documentary that's exactly the same?
No, because you see, the difference between the two is that Netflix tried to jump in and undercut the one that actually had the main guy in it, because the main guy in it was trying to explain his side of things, and then Netflix was doing their version like, man, fuck that. Here's this coming out a week beforehand. Eat shit. Also, there's another layer of the story I found out afterwards, which was that the marketing company that bigs itself up super hard in the Netflix version had someone who left it and said that they were involved and knew about the shit show.
This is the best.
So that marketing company made the Netflix version while the one employee that left went to make the Hulu one because they were implicit in the knowledge of what went down. So the actual presentation of these documentaries itself is also a shit show,
Awesome.
because we can't have nice things, because scumbag fucking just that the worst of the influencer generation that we belong to.
Firefest was that one down south that everybody showed up to, and there was like literally nothing, and there was a bunch of people stranded on some island.
Yes, and I had a really weird thing yesterday, because when I remembered hearing about it for the first time, I remember hearing that I remember hearing about it in a specific context while like working in QA. But that's impossible because it only happened in 2017.
Was
So my brain was like, who told me about this? When did I hear about it? Because I have a fake version of a memory hearing about this
don't worry about it.
that I can't attribute because it makes no sense with the
You're
timeline.
probably just playing a shitty game the day you heard.
And I was like, I went digging back through the podcast, and I was like, I couldn't find an episode where we talked about it
No, we
on the
didn't.
week of. So I'm like, who told me about it? How did I hear? I don't remember.
It was a dream that told you the future.
It was really confusing. But either way, Fire, aka FYRE Festival, was the event that took place in April to May of 2017 that happened in the Bahamas. That was supposed to be a once in a lifetime Woodstock at on a beautiful, dreamy beach with all the best, most prettiest girls and all the best, most amazing artists performing a music festival, and everyone was gonna be there.
Wasn't
And
this
if
like-
you weren't there, then you were gonna miss the fuck out, man. You were gonna miss the fuck out because Ja Rule.
Yeah, okay. It was like the whole
Because
time you're
Ja
talking,
Rule.
I'm like, Ja Rule was involved in this, right?
Ja Rule was absolutely running the show with his boy Billy.
Yeah.
And Ja infamously made a toast that went beyond viral, where he said, here's to partying like rock stars. God, I'm gonna fuck it up, but it's like, here's to something like something,
Here's to big
partying like
party.
rock stars. And Billy goes, and fucking like porn stars. And everyone goes, ah. And then they have these videos where they bring in all the pretty Instagram models to hang out on the beach and to do jet skis and to play with pigs and to be all hot and cute and to kiss the camera a bunch. And then they did that, and they sold a dream. They sold an amazing, perfect
It'll be the
dream.
greatest party ever.
Like actual like idyllic TV paradise, right? With the whitest sand
Yeah.
and the clearest blue water, and everything was just perfect. And he bought an island, and he's like, "This is Pablo Escobar's island that I bought."
my island now.
Right? And then like the story just goes into how, like, okay, so you know the part where you said it was Pablo Escobar's island? Yeah, so Pablo Escobar's lawyer and people specifically told you not to do that.
I assume.
So get the fuck off our island.
Uh-oh.
So then they had to move it elsewhere, and then one thing after another happened until you got to what was essentially a lot of like, well, the term they use is like the millennial influencer crowd got trapped in this resort area that was not a resort. It was kind of just like a dirty water ditch with a bunch of tents that were sold as glamping tents that were actually leftover emergency shelter tents. and there was
And
no food,
no water. Just...
and cheese sandwiches, the infamous cheese sandwich photo, and then it gets to a point. There is a fucking, like, I don't even want to, like, it's a documentary, but I don't even want to spoil it because, like, there is a single moment of, like, you cannot get any lower than this outside of someone dying, which no one did, right?
Thankfully.
But it went full on Lord of the Flies, and there was one moment where, for those of you who've seen it, it was when there was a truck full of water, and they could not get the truck full of water the day before to reach the camp, so no one would have any water, so everyone was gonna get fucking dehydrated. And yeah, just say it. Okay, well, literally, the fucking asshole Billy that was in charge of this whole festival, that is a sociopath, that is a psycho, that is basically just running things on the feeling of we were looking for solutions, not problems. So if you can't find a solution to every logistics issue, get the fuck out. Firing the guy that goes, you don't have enough toilets. Firing the guy that's like, you didn't book these people. Right?
You can't tell them that they're here. They're not here. They're
telling
not gonna be here.
Your investors to give them more money and just lying about how much you're worth and just getting millions and millions. Like, the whole thing was built on a lie, and it was built on a platform of an app that was actually a decent idea, which was just a way to book talent through an app that without, like, middle management and confusing things.
Yeah, sure.
But the point that it gets to is where that water is stuck and these kids are going to dehydrate.
Yeah.
They're not going to have enough water, and the only way you, my right-hand man and event coordinator friend, this poor older gentleman, the only way we're going to get that water is, look, you're gay, right? What you got to do is head on down to that customs office where they want $125,000. Go see that guy at the customs office, and you're going to have to suck a dick, man. You're going to have to suck a dick to get...
What does the customs office have to do with the water?
You're going to have the customs office stop the water because the water came through, and the customs office said, in order to bring these trucks full of water to the festival, you owe us $125,000.
Oh, like duty or some shit.
Yeah, and then he's like, you got to go down there.
Oh, you're just going to have to go suck dicks
you're
until the water comes through.
You're the only one that can do this because you're my gay right-hand man. You're going to have to literally go in there, here. Right? And the poor fucking guy was like... I've been doing this. I had a career. I'm like a professional. This has been the thing. But I freshened up and I squirted some mouthwash and I went down there and the guy was nice and he just went, hey, look, it's cool. Just take the water. You know, just take it. And
so it worked.
And you guys are going to owe us the money first, please, when the money comes in. But he fucking went down there, and it's like, your festival, the thing that should have canceled it, literally was hinging on you making a guy go give a blowjob. And it's like, Billy, you have a perfectly fine set of lips. What the fuck is wrong with your mouth?
Well, I don't want to.
You head down there,
no, I don't want...
and you suck the dick, Billy.
No.
You suck it. What reasoning would you have to fucking make
Billy
this guy go do it?
Billy does not want to suck the dick, though.
Well, it's your fucking fault that we're in this predicament.
I guess these people can starve with no water then.
The kids are going to dehydrate. All you got to do is suck one dick to stop them from dehydrating. It's like a punchline.
I feel like
What do you do?
I feel like there was a point before this moment that this could have been avoided via some action.
Hey, look. All you got to do is head on down there, put your knee pads on, put your lipstick on, Billy, and just keep thinking, here's to fucking like porn stars,
so Billy and the right-hand man, they were at the festival during this occurrence?
Yes!
So there was like a considerable worry, I assume, of like it going full-blown Lord of the Flies.
Oh, it went Lord of the Flies.
Because when water starts to not exist,
yes,
society stops existing too.
And when everyone who paid various amounts of like tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of dollars for their amazing resort setups, when everyone standing in the same place goes, doesn't matter how much you paid or what you bought, if you see a free tent, go get one. And everyone immediately panics because they've been waiting outside for hours, and for 6 hours they had their stuff and they were just sitting there wondering what was going on, and no music was playing. Then they're like, run and get your tent, and everyone goes, oh, we're fucking, it's on.
If anybody
because
tries
there's nowhere
to
else
get
to
your
sleep
tent before you, kill them.
So they all ran to get their tents, and people started destroying the tents around them so that they would not be next to other people. And then nightfall happens, and then you realize that this place that had no setup, that had no infrastructure, that had no toilets, had no lights either.
Of course not. Why
So
would it
it
have lights?
becomes pitch fucking black, and the real survival mode kicks in, and shit gets dark in more ways than one.
Oh, wonderful.
Because the survival of the fittest is absolutely now roaming, and that drunken, like, teenage, yeah, we're gonna have the best weekend ever, starts to become, oh fuck. Oh fuck, we don't know what was that noise.
You know what has water? Blood.
It went nuts, dude. And then all the local Bahamian workers that you fucking promised their money are not getting paid. So then they fucking start rolling up going, where's our money? And then they're like, and then the employees are like, yeah, we don't, and then they're like, where the fuck's our money? And then more and more of them start just walking up and standing around
now
and being vaguely threatening.
I have a question for
and then
you.
eventually someone catches wind that maybe, just maybe, hits might start getting put out on people.
So it's a fairly unique situation, because there's always, hey, where's my money, to a person that you know. There's always, hey, where's my money, to a person that you don't know, but you're in the country that you actually live. Then there's, hey, where's my money, to a person that you don't know in a country that you don't live, but they do. That power dynamic starts to change.
So the guy who lived there, that arranged to get all these people hired, who basically had no answers when they came to him and said, where's my money, and then started fucking coming by his house, he gets on a fucking boat and just, he's like, nope, I'm out.
Man, the ocean's a big place.
I'm done. And he's just out.
Goodbye.
So motherfuckers are now walking up on this property looking for anyone who looks even remotely like an employee of Fire Festival, while the kids are scavenging for survival material and mattresses and beds and water, which of course it rained and wet everything.
Of course it rained.
Right?
It fucking rains in the tropical areas of the world.
And it is one of the most insane stories of one fucking sociopath asshole who would never take no for an answer, and he apparently just was surrounded with enough talented people that they always found a way, so that every time it should have gotten shut down, it didn't, and it continued and continued, and then literal stealing and hustling and scamming of people on this dream of this influencer like wave where they just put out videos of paradise and perfection, and FOMO kicks in harder than it ever has, and people come in and go through, like, people are just like literally talking about how like they sold shit to get to this once in a lifetime experience, and everyone is kind of like, yeah, all this awful shit is happening, but if you think about Woodstock, no one talks about all the awful mudslides, all the ODs that happened, all the horrible like plumbing and just
totally.
the grossness of the situation, because Woodstock was such a legendary event that in retrospect it just became historic, and man, you had to be there.
Yeah, well, Woodstock was also landlocked, so you could just drive to things if you needed it.
Yeah, so
putting it on an island, I feel, is the root of many of the problems.
I mean, there was literally a shot of a bunch of kids, and well, not kids, but a bunch of young adults and whatnot, everybody, party goers and festival goers, sitting around inside this little like camp area. And then one of the guard people, like in an airport, and they have no way in or out, and one of the guard people walks up to a door and puts a lock on a chain and shuts it, and everyone's like, "What? What is that? What is happening right now?" You know, like, you have to watch.
I remember when it was going on. You have to watch it. There was the underside to it that was the darkest of the humor. Was that everyone there every single person there had to be wealthy in some capacity to be there. Correct.
And well, that's kind of that's what got people to really enjoy watching it burn down.
That's where the sickness in your heart comes in.
Yeah,
where it's
yeah.
all the kids are all rich kids and trust fund babies.
But
right?
then it turns out that's not necessarily.
Oh
the case.
no!
There were some normal, some normal middle to lower class that did sacrifice to make their way up there.
Well, it's not nearly as much fun now.
No, it's in fact it's pretty fucked. And there's other parts of it that are just like,
because when all the rich kids turn into cannibals, that's kind of hilarious. I'll be really honest, but
I butcher the word every time. But the German word for like the enjoyment of watching.
Schadenfreude.
Schadenfreude.
Yeah,
is that how we're gonna pronounce it?
That's close enough.
Okay, that.
Schadenfreude. Whatever.
Yeah, that. It's absolutely that.
That tingle in your heart.
And you know, like they literally cut to Ron Funches on Conan, going like, if you paid for Blink 182 tickets out in the Bahamas, you deserve what you got, or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, fuck you type of thing. Like, it's one of those moments of like, yeah, you know, the rich kids got served cheese and bread, and like there's all the memes, like the one girl going crazy with the fucking the crazy like zombie apocalypse behind her going, I was promised arugula. But it turned out it was like, no, a lot of normal people got fucked over.
Oh man,
you know. And this dude Billy is so out of his goddamn mind.
What happened to Billy now?
Well, he got fucking arrested.
Oh, what?
And then he got out on bail.
What?
And while he was out on bail, he committed even more felonies.
Wow,
because that's the type of person, and that's the thing. Like, I was watching, and like Steph was getting really like, oh, this fucking just this piece of shit, you know?
Yeah.
Really guttural. And I'm like, I had like the opposite reaction when they revealed the whole thing about like, oh yeah, his money was like basically stolen from the get-go.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm like, I had the complete checkout of like, oh no, I don't even have them. Like, no, you're just a piece of shit.
Oh, see,
like, there's no part of this where you had to choose between one or the other, and you went, I'm gonna go. Like, no, you were just scum.
It's one of those,
and you get to be written off.
I'm kind of there as well, because I'm like, oh, it's your job to be evil.
Yeah,
it's how you make your living.
And then he's the kind of person where you're like, well, if you let me out on bail and I can still walk around, I'm going to commit crimes.
I mean,
until you stop me.
One of the reasons
why haven't you stopped me?
That I
you know?
like to acquire
and we're
money.
Like, and I'm like, fair enough. We should probably stop you.
One of the reasons I like to acquire money is so that I can pay my bail payments to go out and make more money with more crime. It's a self-sustaining economy.
And the whole time,
and taxes.
The whole time this is going down, the only question on everyone's mind
is, what does Ja Rule think of this?
Where is Ja?
What's Ja Rule doing?
Where is Ja?
His name is #1 on the fucking poster and all that shit, and he's
co-founder of Fire,
ostensibly
co-founder,
directly responsible.
And Ja is on Twitter going, watching these documentaries with y'all. I can't believe it. My mouth is agape.
Shut the fuck up, Ja!
Ja is like,
what the
wow, I can't believe, y'all, I got bamboozled, y'all. It's murder.
That's your responsibility, Ja!
Oh my God, I can't believe. Have y'all seen these 2 documentaries? Have you seen this stuff? Y'all need to watch. This shit is crazy.
Ja should be in jail over this shit.
Ja is literally on camera in the documentary going, yo, I wouldn't, no, it's not fraud. It's not fraud. I would say it's false advertising, you know, literally on camera. And he's just, Ja's on Twitter going like, I got receipts. I'm telling y'all, I didn't know.
Did you?
Oh. And he's just like, I can't believe it. Have y'all watched? That's like, oh God.
This is a wild tangent. But did you see that clip floating around of 50 Cent on Colbert?
Of course. It's
Talking
not
about-
old, and that's old.
That's old?
That's super old
Oh,
because
I only recently saw it.
I saw the clip recently, but I saw the Instagram story a while ago.
Oh,
and
man.
it must have happened over a year ago.
Damn it.
And the best part is 50 Cent going like, yeah, like, so I bought all these Groupon tickets because I saw them and went, wait, I can buy the first 3 rows or 4 rows of Ja Rule's concert? All right, fuck it.
Come out to an empty front row.
Now you gotta perform, and like that happened a while ago, and that is
Oh,
one of the
man.
greatest trolls ever. But the best was, I don't know if you saw his Instagram,
I did not.
but there is a photo. There is a photo of
oh, I saw that photo.
of
Yeah.
basically someone edited like a concert and then a bunch of empty front row seats and
Fitty
just
in the
one
middle.
shot of Fitty in the middle, just going ah, with his hands out, wearing a suit. It was unbelievable. It was fantastic. Yeah, that's great. That's fucking great. And Ja can't believe it.
I think the fact that DMX is constantly in jail for robbery and threatening people with guns and all that, but Ja Rule gets to put a bunch of people on a fucking island to make a goddamn budget battle royale event, doesn't go to jail. I think that is a travesty.
I mean, he's out. He's fine. You know?
Like, think of how bad that could
In
have
fact,
gotten.
he's partnered up with someone else that has a new business doing
Shut
similar
up.
things.
Oh my god.
You know, because and that's the one thing is going all the way up the chain. Like, this was able to very clearly paint a picture where the buck stops, and the buck stops at Billy, and like
DMX is still in jail.
up until yes, well, you got to check the website.
I
to
did.
know.
I checked your website just now.
You gotta, and that's the one thing is like you're going through the documentary, and there's a point where you just go, like, you could have Billy up until like the halfway point could have come in and been like, listen, I just had a dream. Like Ja Rule said something to the effect of, to fail this big, you gotta dream this big,
Shut the fuck up.
right? He had literally that type of
Shut
quote.
your fucking mouth, Jaw.
And there was this whole thing where
That's awful.
like you had plausible deniability where you could have went, I'm just this startup and tech investor, and I had a startup company, and we were entrepreneurs, and we just decided to run this event to blow up our product before it launched, and it got away from me, and I didn't spend the money right, and I got caught up in what you had.
That happens.
You literally could have had plausible deniability.
Events fuck up.
But the moment you told the man to go suck the dick
Yeah.
to save the festival,
Listen, I don't
it's
know.
over.
Listen, I don't know.
It's done.
I
There's
don't-
no walking it back.
I don't know what to tell you, but unless you get a dick in your mouth, people are gonna die.
Like, you know what I mean? Like it's literally just the fucking the actual punchline material. You know, the thing that is like, okay, if you had to save 1,000 festival-going
See all
kids'
those
lives,
people? You see all those people?
would you do
They
it though?
got no water.
And apparently the answer is Billy would not do it.
Billy would not.
Billy wouldn't do it. Anyway,
Like,
and that
it
is
that story could have been so much worse. And it is very lucky for Jaw and everyone involved that somehow there was no loss of life, right?
that's and so Ja on that call where he said that line, where he said it's not fraud, it's false advertising.
yeah.
He literally went, look, no one got hurt. All right, everyone was okay.
Oh, I'm sure people got hurt.
We just need to find a way to spin it. This room is full.
No, he did not say that.
This room is
Get
full
out.
of a lot of geniuses, a lot of smart people in this room. We just need to find a way to spin it. He literally
The
said
word
that.
spin comes out of his fucking mouth. Holy shit.
Have y'all seen this documentary? Oh my god.
It's crazy. I didn't know what was in it.
You need
in
y'all,
it,
yo,
Ja.
yo, Netflix. Yo, y'all need to check out Netflix. This shit's crazy. Yeah.
Oh my
It's wild out here.
Because, like, I'm just thinking, like, if you just move some of those events over by a week, the story would become one of, like, cannibalism.
My favorite part is that the overwhelming effect and the feeling of it by the end is that this story could not have happened at any other, not just like era in history. Like, it had to happen. Like, 2015 was too early.
Yeah.
It had to be 2017. It was so, or it was so.
It had to be in the Instagram era.
It had to be right now. It, like, anything sooner, and it was not, the pieces were not in place, the sentiment was not there, the feeling was not there.
The ability to get all those people out to an island under such suspicious circumstances.
And make so much money, yet lose all of it, and continue to fucking steal. Like, it had to be now, and it had to be the perfect confluence, and it had to be Ja Rule. It had to be that fucking name where when Chappelle says it in a punchline, people that don't even know who he is laugh because you're like, what the fuck is this reference? Just the name, like, we're talking about Ja Rule? Why are we talking about Ja Rule and Mystical? That's the two names where you're like, what? Why is my brain going back to this place?
Like scratching at the door of Mystical. Like, I feel like I've heard that name
Danger!
Once. Oh, God.
Get on the floor! Raspy voice before fucking little. Anyway.
I'm up to date.
Yeah. It's
like,
fine.
Dude, come on.
But that's exactly it, dude. So, a rousing endorsement for the movie Fire on Netflix. Please watch and understand the concept of love.
That's wild.
But then also understand that the movie was put together by the marketing team.
And go watch the other one as well.
That's in the movie. That literally in the beginning they got the Fuck Jerry is the name of the company, and they're like, they got legendary marketing team. Fuck Jerry. Oh my God, they got the best. They got the geniuses of. And I'm like, okay, guys, all right. But knowing that. Keep that in mind, and you gotta, like, I say it from time to time, and because I quote Mission Hill a lot, but it truly was a touchstone for our generation, and I was there to say, I saw it, and you need to be there too.
Well, you hear, just like, I remember hearing about it. So, hey, did you hear about all those rich kids stuck on that island? They're going to start eating each other soon? What? Fucking what are you... what? Ja Rule? Making a Battle Royale adaptation?
Hard cut to a chain lock fence being padlocked, and all the kids are doing Parks and Rec faces going, oh, what?
I wish Chris Pratt was here.
Oh, man. All right. So, yeah, Fire is...
And then all the bands were like... a bunch of them lied and said they just missed their flights, and others
Blink-182 was like, yeah, we can't deliver the performance.
And then other people were just like, what festival? What are you talking about? I'm supposed to be at your show right now. Where are you? What are you talking about? What show?